Okay. I really didn't want to have to make a video. I'm tired. I prefer to do it in the day so that you can see my gorgeous face. But this Angelo Gage guy is fucking retarded. He's retarded because I've explained to him how the law works if he's going to, sue Top Dollar Gangster or the other guy, Grizzly MGTOW. But he doesn't want to listen. He's acting on emotion. He's not acting on rationality or legality. At least if he was rational, he would at least be open to understanding the legality. But he's not. He's acting purely on raw emotion because he's upset that they called him out on being a cuck. And those are my words, not theirs. They didn't call him a cuck, I'm calling him a cuck. Now, knowing Gage, like I have from the previous videos, he's going to claim I'm defacing him because he's not literally a cuck. He is not literally watching his wife have sex with another man. Therefore, he is not a cuckold. Therefore, me calling him a cuck is defamation. That's not quite how it works. A cuck has become akin to being called a faggot. What does it even mean? For most people, being called a cuck is like calling them submissive, a bitch, just someone that's pathetic, someone that acts against their own interests. And if he's going to join the military, he's definitely acting against his own interests and a big cuck. I've noticed that about these military types. They all talk a big game and have hyper masculinity, but when faced up against the woodwork, they are the most docile, meaningless, impotent people on the face of the earth. And that's why they have to bully brown people from halfway across the fucking planet. When people were calling him, whether it be Grizzly MGTOW or Top Dollar Gangster or me or anybody else, when people are calling him a neo-Nazi, I don't think it's because they think he's literally a neo-Nazi. I don't think he's in the Aryan Brotherhood. Honestly, I think he'd get his ass kicked in the Aryan Brotherhood. But when you have these traditional conservative beliefs, you're kind of Nazi-ish. You're kind of being a neo-Nazi in the sense of you don't care if little brown children die. You don't care if you're a murderer and you join this military-industrial complex to kill random brown people that you don't even fucking know and have never done anything to you and never will do anything to you because of my country, my freedom. But you don't have shit anyway, but my country, my freedom. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. So yes, you are a neo-Nazi. That's what makes... What do you think the Nazis did? Do you think the Nazis just stood around playing Scrabble? No. They rounded up Jews and they killed them. They put them in camps and shit. And I'm not going to talk about my 6 million Jews. I don't fucking care. But what I'm saying is that it took a certain mentality for the Nazis to get away with what they did. And it's not just the Nazis. People do it all the goddamn time. But what I'm saying is, don't pretend like you're a hero. Don't pretend like you're some tough guy. You're just a fucking worthless guy that is looking for purpose. And you do it in all the most horrible, wrong ways. That's what I'm saying. That's what anybody's saying. And if you really believe... If you really believe that fucking all these evil Muslims are out to get you and out to get America and they just want to fucking blow up everything, which is ridiculous, but for the sake of argument, let's say you truly, heartfeltly believe that most Muslims are evil people, you still shouldn't join the military because you're not going to be able to accomplish killing the most amount of random evil Muslims under the guise of a military-industrial complex that has a very rigid system of doing things and is going to have you training for like 6 months. It's fucking join a militia. There's nothing legally stopping you from doing that. Go join a militia and see what it's like over there. See the difference between Hezbollah, the Taliban, and ISIS. See the political and religious differences and determine for yourself who is, if there is, a lesser evil. But that's too deep for you because you're a white dude and you're an American and you don't know what it's like over there and you just think Muslim bad, brown people bad, Does that literally make you a Nazi? No. But does that make you ignorant? Does that make you racist? Does that make you fucking an asshole? Yes, it does. And guess who else was ignorant, racist, and an asshole? Most Nazis. So it would stand to reason that people could get away with calling you a Nazi without it having anything to fucking do with defacing you. And we come back to, if you had an argument legally to say you were defaced, it wouldn't be against Top Dollar Gangster or against Grizzly MGTOW. It would be against YouTube. You said to me personally that apparently I don't read the YouTube guidelines. Well, number one, I wipe my ass for what a bunch of mobsters have to say. But number two, if you acknowledge the guidelines, then you acknowledge that YouTube is solely responsible for everything that is on YouTube. That's why they get the privilege of banning guys like me. If they didn't have that privilege, then yeah, you could say, I'm responsible for what I say. If I say, fucking Anglo, whatever his goddamn name is, Angelo Gage is a pedophile, neo-Nazi, cryptic, Pizzagate, Illuminati, whatever, then that would fall on me. But am I a person online? No, I am not. Because if I was a person online, I could not get banned. I cannot get my videos and my content taken down. Nothing could be done to me of that sort because that would fall under the purview of harassment and assault and libel and all the things that he's accusing everyone else of doing. So he just plainly doesn't get how this works, and he doesn't want to. He just wants to bully and intimidate people within his own little sphere of the world, within his own very, very limited understanding of the world. He wants to try to bully his way into feeling like he's a big shot and has a big dick. That's why he's a Marine or whatever military branch he's in. And it's fucking sickening. That's no way to live. And nobody else should have to put up with it. So, I'm glad that Top Dollar and Grizzly MGTOW are not even paying attention to him. I mean, they're feeding him. They're feeding his ego and, shitting on him, which of course will make him scream autistically even louder. But I like the fact that they're not intimidated at all by this guy, because there's no reason to be. He's going to make an ass out of himself. And, the only reason why I even say anything is because I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him if that some fucking scumbag lawyer tricked him into thinking that he has a shot at winning anything in court. Because, that's con manning, not what he's doing. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for him to act this stupid. There's no reason to have all this conflict. There's no reason for any of it when you just fucking listen. You just think about it for 5 goddamn minutes. Just say to yourself, if I truly feel attacked and I truly feel like I'm a victim, who is really at fault here? Is it random YouTuber, Top Dollar MGTOW? Is it random YouTuber, Grizzly MGTOW? Or is it something bigger? Because obviously those two channels don't really have a whole lot of power in the grand scheme of things. At any time YouTube could take those channels down. So wouldn't it stand to reason that YouTube is to blame? Because YouTube pretty much dictates what content stays up and what content doesn't stay up. And they have at least some threshold of power over the direction the political narrative takes. But maybe I'm going a little too fast for Mr. Marine guy that thinks killing brown people is going to accomplish anything.